Hey guys, welcome to this lecture. We're going to be going over Kotlin collections and generics. Are you ready to learn? Let's get started. Alright, what are collections? Collections are ways to store and organize groups of items. You can think of them as containers for holding multiple values. We're going to go over all of these in code examples soon, but let's just go over them right now as well, so you're prepared. What is a list? A list is an ordered collection where you can access items by their position. It's like a fixed grocery list. For example, list of apple, banana, cherry is a list of fruits. A mutable list, on the other hand, is a list you can change by adding or removing items. It's like a flexible grocery list where you can add cherry later to a mutable list of apple and banana. Right. What is a set? A set is a collection of unique items where the order doesn't matter. It's like a collection of unique cards. For example, set of 1, 2, 2, 3 automatically removes the duplicate 2. Mutable set. A mutable set is a set you can change by adding or removing items. It's like a collection of unique cards where you can add new cards but can't have duplicates. Map. Map is a collection of key value pairs like a dictionary where each word key has a definition value. For example, map of USA to Washington, D.C., France to Paris pairs countries with their capitals. Mutable map. A map you can change by adding or removing key value pairs. It's like a dictionary where you can add or change definitions. Generics. Generics allow you to create flexible and reusable code that works with different types of data. Generic function. A generic function that can handle different types of data. For example, fun T print list items list T can print lists of any type, whether it's a list of strings or a list of integers. So it can be a list of text or numbers. Simply put, a generic function is like a universal tool that can work with any type of item, like a universal remote that works with any TV. Generic class. A generic class is a class that can handle different types of data. For example, class box T var content T can store and return content of any type, whether it's a string or an integer. It can be text or numbers. Simply put, a generic class is like a container that can hold anything, like a storage box that can hold any item. Alright guys, let's dive into some code examples. Let's start off with a list. Here we have a list. A list is a collection of elements that is ordered and immutable. If you remember from previous lectures, immutable means it cannot be changed. In this example, fruits is a list of fruit names. Simply put, a list is like a fixed grocery list. Once you write it, you can't change it. Next, we have the mutable list. This is a list that can be modified after it is created. In this example, mutable fruits is like a flexible grocery list. You can add or remove items whenever you want. It starts off with 2 items, apple and banana, and cherry is added later. So you see the difference here between a list and a mutable list. A mutable list can be modified and a list cannot. Okay, they both have their use cases, so keep that in mind when you're writing your code. Next, we have a set. Set is a collection of unique elements that is unordered and immutable, so it cannot be changed. In this example, numbers contains unique numbers and duplicates are removed automatically. In simple terms, a set is like a collection of unique cards. You can't have duplicates and you can't change the set once it's made. So we have 1, 2, 2, 3, but in this case, the output would be 1, 2, 3 because it removes duplicates. All right. Next, we have mutable set. A mutable set is a set that can be modified after it is created. In this example, mutable numbers allows adding new unique elements. A mutable set is like a collection of unique cards where you can add new cards but can't have duplicates. So you've added 4, we have 1, 2, 3, you've added 4, the output is 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, we have a map. A map is a collection of key value pairs that is unordered and immutable. In this example, country capital pairs countries with their capitals. For example, USA, the capital is Washington, D.C., so you put 2 there, okay? So you're pairing them. Same with France, France to Paris. Great. A map is like a dictionary where each word has a key and a definition, which is the value, that you can change, okay? Next, we have mutable map. A mutable map is a map that can be modified after it is created. In this example, mutable country capital allows adding new key value pairs. In simple terms, a mutable map is like a dictionary where you can add or change definitions. So first, you only had USA to Washington, D.C., but you realized that you wanted to add France to Paris. So you've gone ahead and done that. Then you've printed it, and the output is USA, Washington, France, Paris. Perfect. Perfect use case for that. Next, we have generic functions. A generic function is a function that can handle different types of data. The T, right here, is a placeholder for any type. In this example, print list can print lists of any type. Simply put, a generic function is like a reusable tool that works with any type of item, like a universal remote that works with any TV. Next, we have a generic class. A generic class is a class that can handle different types of data. The T again, here, is a placeholder for any type. T is for type, right? Any type. In this example, box can store and return content of any type. A generic class is like a container that can hold anything, like a storage box that can hold any item. Perfect. So when you create and use collections, it will show how to create and manipulate different types of collections. You can use the generic functions and classes to, make the code more reusable and flexible. So guys, all of this is very important. I recommend you again go to the description, you copy paste this, you play around with this in your IntelliJ. All of these concepts are things that you will see again and again in your code, especially if you're interested, for example, building an application, which I know a lot of you are, and I think that's incredible, first of all. I like making them as well, and we will go over that as well in the coming lectures. But guys, all of this it needs to be very, very, very familiar to you. So I recommend going over this, playing around with this code, and just having fun with it, okay? But guys, this is the end of the lecture. Thank you so much for joining me. Reward yourself with a break. Have a hot cup of tea, hot cup of coffee. Have a stretch. And I'll see you in the next lecture. Okay, great. Thank you guys.